Welcome to Lifestyle with D, where of course, as always, we discuss matters health. And today we're talking about personal hygiene with personal hygiene specialist Valentine Nyakiere. Now, ever wondered if that 3-minute vid that you use to shave or a razor, if it's safe? We're going to be discussing that right here. Thank you, Valentine, for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Wow, shaving, an interesting topic.
Yes.
Should everyone shave or not? Let's begin by that.
First, we are not talking about the head shaving. So, yes.
Oh, yes. By the way, to be specific.
Yeah. You're talking about the rest of the body shaving. The armpits, down there.
Yes.
The feet, for those who do the feet.
Yeah.
Why is shaving important? There are some parts where shaving is important, especially where, like it's dark and damp.
Yeah.
Like the armpits.
The armpits, yeah.
Mainly because it traps the waste, because sweat is waste.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So when you have hair trapped in the waist for long hours, especially because most of us spend long hours in the sun and such, so you find shaving is important to keep your hygiene in check. Shaving creams, they are easy to use, and like I always say, when something is too easy, then it's not good for you, because you apply, then
after 3 minutes,
the hair is gone, and you shower and you leave.
Yeah.
So one, I don't advise for it, because it has it brings complications to the skin. Of course, not when you use it once or twice, but repeated use of it, because it has some chemicals that are in it, which when they come into contact with the skin, or when they get into the skin, with the pores of the skin, they get trapped there. Sometimes they'll get absorbed into the inner layers of the skin, and they can form small growths. Small growths. So you find this is also something, most people who use shaving creams, as they continue using them, you find at some point their sweat starts having a foul smell.
Really?
Yes, no matter what kind of deodorant you use, it will still have a foul smell. That is just a red light for you to know that.
And here people thought that, when you shave, because when hair is there, there's more likely to have a smell than when you don't have, right?
Yeah. What happens is, at some point you find ladies have some smell that doesn't go away. It's not an infection, it's not anything, but it's just that the skin itself has been infected. And because there's sweat and there's other body fluids that come into contact with those areas of the skin, then it can't go away. So you see, when this is not there, then that means their esteem is tampered with. It's tampered with. Because trust me, if you have a smell, you can't even shoot such a video.
Yeah, you'll always be cautious.
You're cautious.
Oh my gosh,
you'll even
they don't
think
smell it.
the camera can capture it. So shaving creams is a no-no, as in. It's the easy way, but it's not the best way.
Are there people who actually use shaving cream, like down there?
Yeah. I get a lot of cases where people have used, and then after some time, then sorry to say, but that same skin which is coming into contact with the body fluids, and then there is a lot of friction during sex, for example. Now what happens? They develop fungal infections that sometimes go untreated because they keep coming, and or they get bacterial infections, because I believe there's some time we were talking and I said that once you have a fungal infection, the probability of getting a bacterial infection is very high, because the antifungals work by reintroducing some bacteria. So it's very high. So you find that most women who use shaving creams, they report a lot of infections. They report a lot of infections.
It's very likely, because I mean, the doctors say you're actually not supposed to even put soap. You
Yeah,
know, even
yeah.
soap is dangerous
Yeah,
as well. For
especially when
that
it's
part.
scented soap.
Yes.
It's dangerous for you.
Okay, so what should people use?
Another thing that I think people should not use is scissors.
Scissors.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, these I'm telling you cases of things that happen out there. Scissors are easy to acquire and it's very easy to just cut.
Yes.
Especially when the hair is dry, you just cut it off
Yeah.
as if you're shaving your head.
Yes.
The problem I have with that is, one, they do not disinfect the scissors. They do not use new scissors every other time. How they store the
Yes.
scissors matters. And number two, they are likely to cause themselves microcuts. A lot of microcuts with the
Yeah.
Then there's also something with the scissors. If it pulls the root hairs out but not out, so they remain somewhere in the middle.
Yes.
So they get some pimples.
Yeah, they swell.
They swell.
Kind of, yeah.
There are some swelling of the hair around the hair follicle.
Yes.
So when they get those pimples, it's very likely that they are also going to develop into a rash, which later becomes a fungal infection.
And what else can someone not use?
Basically, those are the two. And the scissors, I say, unless you're very, very, very good at it, very good at, how to hygienically store the scissors and sterilize them before you use them, I say it's a no-go zone.
Wow.
Yeah, it can be very irritating because that skin is not as strong as this.
Yes.
It's very vulnerable.
Yeah.
It can be very irritating. Then I have a problem sometimes with the positions of shaving. What position do you stay? Are you standing? Are you bending? Are you...
How is it supposed to be? Could you enlighten us?
If you're doing it yourself, I suggest you do it when you're standing.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're doing it yourself. But if someone is doing it for you, then you can lie down because they can see properly.
Yeah.
Basically, why I say you can do it standing is because there is unlikely to be hair or whatever you're using to shave, getting trapped inside because it's just going to be rinsed out.
Yeah.
So you can use razor for shaving, shaving razor. And there's the double razor and the triple, which are very good because they minimize the rate of microcuts. And nowadays they're very affordable.
Yeah.
Very, very affordable because I think you can get a pack of 3 at 100 bob.
Yes.
And they're sterile, so you use one each time that you're shaving.
Once and you throw it away.
Yeah, once and you throw it away.
Yeah.
Then when you're shaving, I suggest you start, if you're shaving, this is for the ladies mostly, or for the gents, you start with the private area, then you can shave the armpits and the likes.
Sorry, you said for the ladies?
Yeah.
Only?
Even for the men.
The guys, yeah.
Yeah, you start with the private area, then you can shave the rest of wherever you want to shave. Then, you don't shave before you take a bath. You shave after. Taking a bath.
I think that's a common mistake.
Yes, that's a very common mistake. And this is the reason. When you shave, your pores are open. And when you take a shower, there is a lot of sweat and soap that is going to pass through the open pores.
Yes.
They're just going to get trapped inside. So you'll see most people say, I don't like shaving because I scratch too much after that. It's not because of shaving, it's because of how you do it, how hygienic it is. You're supposed to do it when you are clean. So that, one, if you do it actually after shaving and you're using razor, the hair is soft. Because you just from taking a bath.
Yeah.
So the hair is soft, so you don't need to shave with soap or anything. Then two, you're going to rinse with clean water. So for those who use a basin, make sure that the water you use to shower is not what you're going to use to rinse when you shave. It should be clean water.
Okay.
Then I suggest, let's invest in cotton wool. Again, it's very affordable. A very, very huge roll goes for about 35 or 40 shillings, I think.
Yeah, cotton wool is quite affordable, I
Yeah,
think,
cotton
for
wool
everybody.
is
Yes.
quite affordable
Yeah.
for everyone. So invest in cotton wool. Then if you are going to shave, make sure you also have surgical spirit, not methylated spirit.
Okay.
You know,
They are different for sure.
yeah.
Yes. People will just rush for the methylated one. I think it's more common.
Yes. No, it's just funny because when people hear spirit, they think spirit has to be purple.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So no, it's clear.
The clear one,
Surgical
yeah.
spirit is clear, and surgical spirit is important because you use it to wipe, especially after shaving,
Yes.
because of microcuts.
Ah.
You know microcuts.
Anywhere.
Yeah. You know, what happens is if you get microcuts and you don't disinfect that area,
Yes.
what happens is there's going to be bacteria that gets into those microcuts. So when the bacteria gets into those microcuts, you're going to get a rash or you're going to be scratching, which most likely leads to maybe mild or strong infection,
Yes.
fungal infection.
Yeah.
So invest in surgical spirit, invest in a razor,
Yeah.
invest in cotton wool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. All those you need for shaving.
Yes, you need for shaving. And then you don't have to shave. The frequency of shaving matters also.
Oh yeah, by the way, do
Yeah.
you shave as soon as you find the
hair,
hair is growing
when-
again, or how soon should you wait?
No, you should wait at least 21 days.
Okay.
Yeah, at
Even
least.
for your armpits as well?
Yeah, they don't grow as fast. So at least 21 days, at least 21 days.
Yes.
And if you're nearing your menstruation for the ladies, hold on until after menstruation.
Yeah. All right. We'll take a short break, but when we come back, we'll be talking about now the ways, the safe ways that you can shave, like waxing. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back to Lifestyle with Dee. We were talking about matters shaving, how you should do it, what you should not use, and we're going to get into detail about, first of all, before we go to waxing.
Yeah.
There's how we're actually supposed to shave.
Yeah.
Besides the way you said we should stand up.
Yeah.
There's also some other details.
Yeah.
Can we get into those?
Basically,
Yes.
there's, if you're holding a shaver, for example,
Yes.
if you have a shaver and, someone asked me, do you just shave,
Yeah.
X,
anyhow.
No, I say there's no specific direction, but whichever direction you choose, stick to that direction.
Yes.
Why? Because you don't want, there's something called ingrowth, is whereby if you shave the hair, then you shave the other side like that, then some hairs may be pushed inside. Yeah.
Okay.
Then when they're pushed inside, after shaving and you're done, you feel a pricky pain.
Yeah.
A pricky pain which develops into a pimple which has some pus.
Okay.
Yeah, and we all know pus is very, very painful.
It is.
Yeah. So you don't want to have several of those because once you have, it can even have like 2 hairs which have grown.
Yes.
So you're going to have a small wound. And
Yeah.
wound, especially for armpits, areas that are damp and dark,
Yes.
it's not good because it's going to develop into something else. Yeah.
When you're talking about the armpits,
Yeah.
say you're just shaving, with the razor,
Mm.
are you supposed to apply something to shave with?
like soap or
Like
something.
soap, yeah.
That depends. Like I said, if you're shaving, like after taking a bath, for example, your hairs are going to be soft, so it's going to be easier. But if you must use soap, which I discourage, unless you use the normal bar soap.
Yes.
Because bar soap doesn't have scent. It's not scented. It doesn't have all those additions
Yes,
for beautifications, which I call them beautifications
Yeah.
in soap.
Yeah.
So unless you're using bar soap, and when I say bar soap, I don't mean washing powder. No, it's good to be clear.
Yes,
It's
yes.
good to be clear.
Yeah.
I noted sometimes we assume
People know.
people
Yes.
know these things.
Yeah.
But someone is going to say, see, I just put some,
Okay.
washing
I-
powder
yeah.
and then it has more foam. No.
Oh my gosh, that I can't imagine that.
No, these things actually happen. So then there's something else. Shaving. I also discourage having, if you shave your private parts, don't have sex immediately after shaving. Wait for at least 6 hours so that the hair pores will have closed.
Okay.
Why?
Why?
Because one, there is friction. Yeah. So, and friction generates sweat, which may be reabsorbed. You know, sweat is supposed to be going out, not coming back in.
Yes.
Then there is body fluid excretion from your partner.
Yeah.
So, I always say, once the body fluids are out of you, that is waste, and it's not supposed to go back in. And not, and especially not through the skin.
Yes.
The skin has no way of, digesting, filtering it out.
Yeah.
Is the word to use. Yeah. So that's why I say no sex immediately after shaving your private parts. You have to wait, because that poses a danger to you. Then deodorant use also.
Yeah.
Don't use deodorant immediately. We know deodorant has chemicals that, you've noted when you have deodorant, even when you set in your armpits, the sweat doesn't.
Yeah,
You're not wet or something. So that feature that they have is a very strong chemical.
Yes.
Which, if it's not supposed to go into open hair. So
yeah.
the hair pores. So deodorant use also wait for 6 hours. So that's why I advise for shaving at night.
Yeah, when you're going to sleep.
When you're going to sleep, and then don't shave and then you put on a very tight underwear. Yeah, you need to let the area breathe. Yeah, you need to let the area breathe.
Yeah.
You don't shave and then you put on a jacket. You need to let the area breathe. That's why it's best to shave at night.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's talk about waxing.
Yes.
The safe way.
Yes.
To actually shave.
Waxing. No. Waxing is something. There's two types of waxing. Waxing where you go to a waxing specialist who actually does the waxing for you. Or you take the easy way out. You buy wax.
Yeah.
You buy some waxing sheets. Then you do it yourself.
Yeah.
I advise the first because one, it's easier when someone does it for you.
Or you advise for someone to actually go for waxing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to wax, you need to pull out the roots.
Yes.
Not halfway. With the other shaving, you're cutting the hair. But with waxing, if you're pulling out halfway, then it's going to be very dangerous.
Yeah.
So it needs to be done properly. So one, you need to go have it done for you so that the person can actually, and this is not just someone who does hair and doubles up as a waxing person. No, this is someone who has actually learnt the art of waxing and knows the dangers and everything. So you need the hair roots to be pulled out. And when waxing, actually, you can actually ask the specialist to show you the sheet, because if the roots are out, you're going to see them. They are white in color. You can see them.
Okay. Waxing takes place for you can do it for everywhere.
Yeah, you can do it for everywhere.
Safe.
Yeah, it's safe. It's very, very safe. But don't use the ready-made wax because it has preservatives.
So when you go to that person, do they actually have the other one that you're talking about?
Yes, that's those are the things you should look out for. Those are the things you should ask. You know, like the same way when you go to the salon, you put on hairspray that you want.
Yes,
you actually ask for the hair oil that you want.
Yeah,
it's the same case when you go to the waxing specialist. You should ask for these things. Is your wax freshly prepared? Because you need to see it actually being prepared there.
Okay.
You see it being prepared there, so it's not something that is pre-prepared. Then they need to use a new strip. A strip, I mean, I wish I carried one, but the scoop for scooping the wax, it should not be shared. That is also something else.
The scoop itself.
Yes, the scoop itself. You know, people want to save.
Yeah, of course.
So the scoop should not be shared.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what the other person has on their skin. So now, when you go and find that there's a scoop there, you need to request for a new scoop. Because that should be factored in their budget when they're charging you. Okay. So you need to ask for a new scoop. Then the sheet should not also be shared. Some people want to use clothes. They just cut some pieces of clothes and they wash them afterwards. No, they are waxing sheets. Just use the fresh waxing sheets, because when they wash these clothes, they don't disinfect them. So they don't sterilize them, so it's dangerous actually for you. So just use a new sheet. So that is something else that you need to look out for, because you don't want to pass on infections from one side to the other side. That is something. Then the same way, I prefer that you don't take a shower after waxing.
Okay.
You know, this one
as well.
The pores are open and the roots are out. So the area is actually very, very open. Yes.
Okay.
So that is also something else that I advise. So for any kind of shaving, except the shaving cream, which we have advised against, you were supposed to do it after taking a shower or a bath, whichever.
Let's talk about the pricing first. How much is it if I'm to go? Maybe enlighten people.
Waxing ranges between, I think, for the armpits to be charged about 300 shillings. Then for the private areas, there is where you shave the upper side of the private areas, where they charge, I think, about 800. 700, 800. Then for the whole of the area, which they call Brazilian, you charged 1,000. Okay. That's the price range normally. Of course, some people are going to exaggerate it, but if you're getting anything lower than that, you should know what you're giving up. There's something you're giving up, which is most likely, the reuse of the sheets or the scoops, or something like that. Then also ensure the person who is giving you that shave has washed their hands before that. It's good to take care of yourself, because
hygiene entails a lot.
Hygiene entails a lot, and especially this is someone who's coming into contact with your skin, your open pores skin, and you're paying for it after all. So their hands should be clean. So it's very painful. It's painful because of the uprooting of the roots. That's why it's painful, but it's safe. It's safe. The only reason it can be unsafe is when the roots are not properly uprooted.
Is there sometime that it can go wrong, like they did it and then nothing, or half of them came out and they have to redo? That must be very painful. Does it occur?
Yes, it occurs.
What am I supposed to do then?
Let me tell you, when the second time I went for waxing, I went to someone I think who didn't know what they were doing,
Oh my gosh.
and I had some hairs that were left halfway out.
Yeah, yeah.
Let me tell you, it's painful.
Oh my gosh.
It's so painful. I had to change my walking style.
Oh my gosh.
Then I had to go see my gyna who like manually removed the hairs
Oh my
because
gosh,
they were
yeah.
causing me some issues now. Manually removed the hairs one by one. So when they are twist, it's now extremely
extra.
painful.
Oh my gosh.
So it's good to go to someone who
Yeah.
you're referred to. Yeah. So if your viewers like called in, I could refer them to
Yes.
a specialist. But I don't advise just anyone who comes
Of
up
course.
because it's not about your head. You know,
Yeah.
it's about other places.
Your
Even
body.
you can imagine a man shaving his chest, like waxing his chest, and then get some pimples.
Oh my gosh.
Then
That would be
you-
very not good looking.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that is why it's good to be careful.
Who is
about-
doing it for
yeah,
you?
who is doing it for you and how they're doing it for you. And I normally say, don't fear asking the questions. You know, if there is wax in the bowl, you request for new wax, because if they can't put new wax, then you can always postpone the waxing for some other day.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I think we have been informed, well informed about shaving and
Yeah.
how safe you can do it. Well, that has been Lifestyle with Dee. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for keeping us company. I hope you've learned. Kindly send us your feedback on our SMS line 20058 and my Twitter handle at Didi Myers. Thank you for watching.